Up all my movie loving maniacs, this is your boy Bankful B, and welcome back to the Lassiter Halloween special, where I watch and review a spooky related movie for the Halloween season. And with Welcome to Derry coming to HBO Max soon, I wanted to go back and watch all the previous adaptations of Stephen King's It, starting with the 1990 miniseries. Like I said, this is based on the Stephen King adaptation, It, in which it takes place between two time periods in which there's this evil entity known as Pennywise the Dancing Clown. He's going around terrorizing people that lives in Derry. He goes after this group of kids and they defeat him, and then they come back years later as adults to try to take out Pennywise once and for all. I remember watching this for the first time back in 2017 before the movie came out, and I just loved watching this movie, not only for it just being a time capsule of a show, but for Tim Curry's performance alone. He clearly understood the assignment for this.
Hiya, Georgie. I'm Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Kiss me, fat boy.
Sorry, I had to do that because I did this blind ranking video in which Pennywise came up and I started doing impressions of it. So some people actually liked me doing that impression. So anyways, now this is probably, I think, probably my third or fourth time ever watching this. And in some cases, and at one point, I would have said that I prefer this over the movies. And after watching it a fourth time, I think I'm a little indifferent on that. I still love it. Don't get it twisted. But there are things I like that I think that this movie improves over the movies, and then there's things that I think the movies do better than this movie. But regardless, you got to think this movie came out this miniseries, I should say, came out in 1990. So of course it's gonna look dated to some people, and I don't blame you. But for me, it just works. You just gotta put your mind in the atmosphere of 1990 and just appreciate it for what it was. And if anything, just watch the show for Tim Curry's performance alone, which I'll talk about more in a bit. But the kids in the first part, in which they talk about how Pennywise terrorized them and played on their fears as kids, you see them again as adults and they're trying to take out Pennywise one last time. And I just love seeing that reunion of, just former friends as they were kids, and then they reunited as adults, and then they're just getting reacquainted with each other, and of course they forgot about everything that happened to them as kids. Speaking, I will say I think the first part is just more engaging than the second part. And I'll admit, I've never read the book, and I know that there are differences between the adaptations in the books, that some work, some just don't work, and they took out a particular scene that if you translated to screen, it will be very problematic, and understandably. Like I said, I like the first part more than the second part. I just think the second part, it just kind of falls apart after a while. Well, I won't say falls apart, it's just not as interesting, and especially the way it ends with the giant spider is just like, I think y'all could have waited a couple more years to try to make an adaptation for this, because seeing how y'all brought this particular scene to life left more to be desired. Of course, the real star of the movie is Pennywise the Dancing Clown, played by Tim Curry. Like I said, he understood the assignment for this, and I like both Tim Curry and Bill Skarsgård's performances as his character for different reasons, but the one I prefer the most is Tim Curry because he was clearly having fun.
Billy boy.
If you're like me and can appreciate this adaptation for what it is and can put yourself back in the mindset of 1990 and enjoy this movie, more power to you. But if you're one of those people that think this movie is just too dated for your taste, I completely understand. But otherwise, I still love this. I like to rewatch it every few years, and if anything, just watch it for Tim Curry's performance alone. I'm gonna give It 1990 a mid hard eyes emoji. That's it for the day. Have you seen this version of It? If so, let me know whether or not you think this version still holds up or not. Let me know in the comments section below. It's your boy Bankful B of The Lassiter, and stay tuned for more reviews for the Lassiter Halloween special. And until next time,
Kiss